On, you guys? So today I'm bringing you guys a brand new sports cards video. In today's video, we will be showing you guys 5 sports cards that are absolutely on fire right now. But before we get into that, I did want to say, as you guys know, I launched my Platinum membership program, which essentially includes 1,000 plus high-end cards, and recently, we've been absolutely killing it. There's been not many cards I can even mention in 10 weeks that have gone down in price, and a significant amount have, skyrocketed, essentially. We are buying most recently, our members were buying these Kevin Durant PSA 10s just 5 weeks ago for just under $2,500. They're currently more than double that, and they're only on their way up, so just finding these low population variations that we've been able to make a lot of money on recently. Just a lot of money to be made in this market. So if you guys would like to join in on the profit with our Platinum members, if you are in more so the higher end batch, you can click the link down below to sportscardsinvest.com. You can use code 30% off, or you can use code PLATINUM to get you 30% off until next week. And if you don't quite have that budget, we also have a bunch of other programs that have still been killing it, but on a smaller scale for normal investors. And I did want to also say a little bit about our membership program. I did want to say a little bit about our giveaway, because we are giving away a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander Prism PSA 9 to one lucky person who goes ahead and subscribes to this channel, follows me on Instagram at SportsCardInvest, and who comments the word done. I will be making sure that the winner did follow all 3 of those steps, so definitely make sure you follow on Instagram at SportsCardInvest, subscribe to the channel, and comment the word done if you would like a chance at a free $70 card. But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and hop right into this video. So the first card we have right now that has been doing very well recently is Karl-Anthony Towns cards in general. His Select has been doing very well, his Prism has been doing very well, but for simplicity purposes, we're going to look at his Prism-based PSA 10. There are multiple reasons for this. Of course, Karl-Anthony Towns is an incredible player who has not got much attention because he's been on, the worst team in the league, the Timberwolves. And there are 2 reasons for that. Of course, the Timberwolves have not been able to stay healthy. D'Angelo Russell and Karl-Anthony Towns have, been on and off pretty much since the trade happened. They haven't been able to play a lot together, which, was unfortunate, but now they are, I believe, healthy again, which is great. But this card has gone from, $300 to around $400 in a matter of a few days. And that is not because of their play. That is actually because a lot of trade rumors that are happening right now. And a lot of trade rumors with Karl-Anthony Towns are highlighting, he could possibly go to the Knicks. He could possibly go to some other playoff teams, possible championship contenders. And if Karl-Anthony Towns does end up in a big market where he's getting a lot of attention, his cards are going to shoot to the moon. They have very low population report. Karl-Anthony Towns is, likely a top 15 player in the league, in terms of individual play. So if he's on a team that can showcase his talents, his cards are going to the moon, and that is why we're already starting to see his cards pick up. So definitely great to see Karl-Anthony Towns getting a lot of attention, for the beast he is on the court. But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and hop right into our next, card that is on fire right now, and that right there is Kevin Porter Jr.'s Prism PSA 10. So if you guys don't remember, Kevin Porter Jr. essentially got released a few, weeks or about a month ago. He had some marijuana charges. He was just overall not in good shape. However, we did spend some time in the G League. He's really, come back better than ever. He's had some big games with the Rockets. I believe he had a triple-double. Just overall great play from this young kid. And his prices are seeing some big moves. These are all sales on March 15th, essentially. So his cards have been moved very fast, and his cards have been going up very fast. If we look back to his comps, just a few days prior, they were nowhere near what they are right now. I don't even believe many of his cards were traded, a few weeks ago. This was an under $100 card, just around a week ago, as low as $65. It's currently selling between $130 and $190. So some incredible increases on Kevin Porter Jr. for his recent play. The kid deserves it. I believe in second chances, and Kevin Porter Jr.'s for sure, shown his potential over these last few games. So great to see that. But next up, of course, we're going to see some big increases in Kevin Durant. And most recently, his tops number 2, surprisingly, has been doing very well. Of course, this has a very high population report. However, the demand for Kevin Durant right now is keeping up with these high pops. Kevin Durant is one of those players who has so many rookie cards. He has 10 plus investable rookie cards. But the demand is so hot that, all of his cards are doing very well. This card has gone, in the last few days, in the last week or so, from $1,900 to just around $2,400. So, it's gone up a good 25% in a week. Considering the high population, the high supply, that is incredibly impressive in my opinion. So that just goes to show the amount of demand in Kevin Durant's cards right now, and the fact that he's not even playing really astonishes me. People are really seeing if this Nets team is really this good, and then they're gonna throw Kevin Durant on top of it, who's their best player. That is scary. That is scary, scary good. And considering on the other side, on the Lakers side, Anthony Davis has some question marks around him right now. So it's definitely a good time to be in Kevin Durant and all of the Nets players' cards. Considering during the playoffs, if they have a good chance to win a championship, their cards are going to soar to the moon. So definitely great to see Kevin Durant getting a lot of market attention. But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and hop right into our next card that is on fire. And that is Joel Embiid. So as you guys know, Embiid's prisms had taken off, and I actually was able to catch this for my members. His prism had gone up to around nearly $1,000, and I recommended my members to go ahead and buy these Joel Embiid Selects, and believe it or not, they have picked up in price recently. Embiid Selects have been on the rise. Of course, great to see Embiid getting a lot of attention in the market. This was around a $400 card, roughly around $400, I think is where I recommended to my members last week, and it's currently up to over $600. So big money in Joel Embiid right now. He is an MVP candidate this season. So, of course, a lot of attention around him and the Sixers, considering they're the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference right now. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in the playoffs around, the Eastern Conference. I personally have the Nets taking it. It's just going to be very tough for their talent to, with all the Nets' talent for them to lose. But, who knows at the end of the day? Maybe an injury, maybe something will happen and the Sixers could have a chance. But, regardless, Embiid has an incredible future. But without further ado, our next pick, we got Kyrie Irving. Kyrie has been on a tear recently. He's just been playing out of this world. I believe he scored 34 points versus the Knicks a few days back. Just some big numbers from Kyrie Irving. I was personally expecting a big decline in all of the production from the Nets players, and I personally believe now could be a good time to sell Kyrie, just because when Kevin Durant comes back, at the end of the day, Kyrie Irving will be a third option, and it just, it's hard to justify paying this much for a third option. At the end of the day, his production will definitely decline when Kevin Durant does come back, but it is great to see, prices are very healthy on these playoff teams, and Kyrie definitely deserves a big increase for how well he's played recently. In just a matter of a few days, his cards have went from $1,300 to as much as $1,600, possibly even $1,700. So some big deals right there happening, on eBay right now, revolving Kyrie's cards, and a lot of people are not willing to sell because the cheapest up right now, I believe is a little bit higher than market price. So these are trending upward right now. It's great to see Kyrie's cards, very low population on these. Of course, a lot of people have posted their listings on eBay just because the prices have gone so crazy high. But definitely Kyrie, Harden, and Kevin Durant will have incredible demand on them this offseason, or this, second half of the season. So I definitely think it's still some room for growth. I personally think it's safer to be in Kevin Durant and James Harden compared to Kyrie, just because Kyrie's a third option. But that is my personal opinion. But without further ado, we're going to pretty much close out the video here. Once again, if you would like to enter into the Shai Gilgeous-Alexander giveaway, all you have to do is follow me on Instagram at SportsCardInvest, subscribe to the channel, comment the word done, and if you would like to join in on the profit with our membership program, click the link down below, and you can use code PLATINUM for 30% off the Platinum if you would like. But without further ado, we're actually going to close out the video. I'm out. Peace.